Well, for all of you that remember my my first trip of about a year ago, we're back at Bobo. Now there's again the military memorial down the road about 300 yards. There's a huge military base right here, which is totally off limit. If I were to go stand on the road or somewhere down there, have a cigarette, the guards would come out and be like, what the bleep are you doing, man? Get out of here. So anyways, we come to Bobo to get our ground cover, our weed blocker, which is our pine straw. And some bark. So 3 big bags of it, which does a wonderful job of providing a attractive and effective weed block to our garden and our landscaping. Usually, we came here a month ago maybe, and it started off a little cloudy, and when we got here it was raining pretty well. So we did manage to collect a lot of wet pine and take some shelter in that building right there. We actually pulled the motorbike right in there and waited for the rain to settle, and then we hit the road. Now, one bag, might as well go over everything. One bag will go in the front of her motorbike, right in here. Another bag will get strapped to the back, and then one bag gets placed horizontally with some rope across my back and over my shoulders like a backpack, and that's how we bring it home. Normally, when it's raining or under any other circumstance, when it's not as dry, we kind of have to come in here, and it's a little bit of a pain to try to grab it and gather it out of the roots of the plant life here and things like that. Today, it was totally easy. The whole pathway is covered in dry pine straw. So what you do, this is not a good example. I had a 3-pronged branch. You just grab a stick, and you just rake it up. Today, again, super easy because it's covering the whole pathway, so it just scraped it up. We didn't even have to come in that far. There are times we've had to go in a little further. Today, too easy to just rake it up right onto the road and stuff it in the bags and bring it on home. So as you may recall, this is like a preservation site of these pines, which smell wonderful. We've got a 83-degree morning at about 10 a.m. A little cooler in the shady forestry area. So they're preserving these pines. And it just smells just so delicious. And it's a nice little shaded little walkway, little area, nature preserve. And it smells good again. And then they have other wildflowers and things like that growing around here, which is cool. A lot of different kind of wild plants growing within this area. My wife can distinguish between the edible ones, the ones that you can use for medicinal purposes, and so that's cool. I just look at the little wildflowers. I like seeing the little wildflowers that grow within this area. So what, that's 4 species. And these like moths are, they act like kind of like bees in a sense, in that they do pollinate and get the nectar out of the flowers. We see them at home a lot. And then another thing, this is just our go-to for pine straw. And another thing that you can pick up here, this is like a clay soil. It's like a brownish, reddish, kind of really heavy and nutrient kind of dirt. So we have taken some of this dirt home as well. And since this is kind of a wild area, another thing we have done, we haven't done it extensively, but we have done it, is we've collected also rocks for our garden. And there are too many. Now, we don't have a vehicle. Otherwise, we'd be grabbing some big ones. But we have grabbed quite a few out of here. They've done a little bit of clearing and some other kind of odd work back here. And then they just quit. That's kind of like a common Vietnamese thing where they'll begin a project and you're like, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're doing some kind of improvement. Nice rock right there. Rocks everywhere. And they're attractive. They're not just ugly. I don't know what kind, but they're the good kind. That's all I know. Flat ones and rounded ones. Good for landscaping. I have detected, of course, it goes without saying, some trash. A few pieces, we'll pick that up on the way out. See, those are excellent rocks for landscaping, and we're going to make a trip back here, a few trips in the days to come, the weeks to come, the months and years to come, to continue to collect pine straw and get some of these rocks and use them throughout our garden. Here's another wildflower. So that's 4 varieties. Look how gentle. See, like they push this huge mound of dirt, this mound of dirt here, and you can see it's embedded with a lot of rocks. Some of them are quite large. And just pick them up. Oh, that one's deteriorated. Oh, here's a good size one right here. Oh, they're everywhere. I think I spotted my 5th variety of wildflower. Yeah, somebody started to collect
somebody threw that.
Oh, the katydids are singing. I've come up here on the e-bike about a year ago, and I've driven this path. It goes quite a ways. It doesn't lead into anything. There's a little like ranger house in the back over here, but it hasn't been in use in forever. Oh, he came right to the camera. Must be curious. I startled him sitting on the rocks here. Always beautiful butterflies in Vietnam because, you know, it's a jungle, excuse me, tropical type atmosphere. So you get, just too many different species of butterfly. I've seen some that are fantastic. Different species of moths, different species of various creepy critters, spiders the size of Buicks. But not anything to where it's like, oh my God, we got spiders everywhere inside our house. This is terrible. It's awful. Nothing like that. Surprisingly, I say this to this day after several years of being out here. There is not a crazy mosquito problem, fly problem, invasive bug problem in Vietnam. And I think it's because of the fact that there's just so much environment for them to live and exist within that, you know, why invade a house when you've got all this? Anything that comes into our house, we've had butterflies. A couple nights ago, we were upstairs brushing our teeth and getting ready for bed, and we have a small window up in the washroom area there. And my wife's like, honey, can you come upstairs and help me? And I'm like, well, what's going on? She's like, there's a tree frog in the washroom closet area up there. And it was huge. So it was hopping around all over and freaking her out. And it was probably, it was big. If the size of my hand. And we managed to throw a towel over it and take it to the second floor patio, which was nearby, to release it. And we've got a beetle tree that's growing right by the patio, that single beetle tree. And it two hops on the patio and one hop over the patio and right into that tree, of course, it being a tree frog, and went about its business. But it climbed up 2 stories of the house to the little window and jumped on inside. Accident. Curiosity, maybe. And so that's the kind of accident I'm talking about, where occasionally you'll get a creature, geckos on a consistent basis, but the geckos are so small and so cute and so unobtrusive that they just hide, and eventually they make their way out. Oh, this is pine straw heaven. You know, we can only take 3 bags at a time on the motorbike. garden rocks galore. Now, as I'm walking, I'm approaching some garbage, which is very annoying to me. I've gotten used to it, but it's still very annoying and frustrating because, you know, keep your country beautiful, keep your country clean, don't be a pig. And this culture just hasn't gotten that yet. The government, for whatever reason, refuses to do what America did, which is do a Keep America Beautiful campaign, a Do Not Litter campaign. They don't have anything like that here, which is terribly, terribly annoying. They don't know how to clean up after themselves, and it's quite disgusting. But I don't let it kill my being and my life out here. I just do what I do as a Westerner, as an individual that cares about the environment and doesn't think that thinks that it's ignorant and stupid to do something like this. I'll just clean it up. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Oh, that smell is so wonderful, folks. Got a nice orchestra going. It's nice to walk through here, hear those katydids, see the butterflies, see the wildflowers growing, the pine, the various plant life. And here's species number 6 before we say goodbye. Of course, we've seen these before. So 6 species of wildflower and beautiful pine forests. Just, really, really just great pine needles, and get some pine cones as well to throw in. And very great for the garden. Rocks and stones available. It's just really a pleasant thing here. That's probably why we come out here so often. There's where I showed you where the military building is. It's a huge road. This is just off of a huge road, but it's just so awesome to walk around here. Come out here in the morning, collect the pine straw, look around. It's nice and cool back here, and just enjoy it and get the benefit of it as well. The health benefit, the psychological benefit. To find pockets like this, which is a lot of what I do, find pockets around Vietnam through exploration of these little pocketed areas where it's just a really nice environment. Just a really pleasant environment to spend a few hours. Fishing or walking or collecting pine straw, etc. I got to get that garbage picked up. I sure hope you enjoyed this. And I'll talk to you again soon.